whole lot this matter, so thank you, Mr. Collins.
Thank you, sir.
All right. If I would, for just speed, I'd like General Penn, if you would come to the table for testimony. Secretary Key is not able to be here, and I'll have Mr. Matt Gilmore, Mr. Jim Hudson, and Courtney Traylor, if they are still available. Just have you all come. I think you can pull one extra seat up there. Just fine. Well, there may be a whole group with the general, so
whichever you want.
yeah, hold off. The general's got a team with him, and I apologize, I didn't see your names here. So, General Penn, thank you for coming, and since you do have some others with you, if you would please state your names, all of you, for the record, and your position you represent. General Penn, you're first, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, for the opportunity to come out and speak today. My name is Major General Kendall Penn. I'm the Adjutant General for Arkansas. To my immediate right, I have Mr. Scott Sanger, who is the Chief of Staff for the Arkansas Department of the Military. To my far right is Colonel Jeff Wood, who is the Judge Advocate General for the Arkansas National Guard.
Thank you all for being here, and we'll let the General's comments recognize you, but when you speak, just state your name again for the record. General, you're recognized unless you have some opening comments. Otherwise, we'll let members begin to ask questions.
Yes, sir, I do. And so, again, thank you for the opportunity to speak. I've got some information here about the organization of the Arkansas National Guard and the Department of the Military, which is not common knowledge, and I think it might help shape the discussion as we go. So the Department of the Military and the Arkansas National Guard are often used as interchangeable terms. And in fact, they are not one and the same. They are two distinct, legally distinct entities. The Department of the Military is a cabinet department organized under the executive branch. And within the department, we have 120 state employees, all civilians, who are funded purely by state funds. Those folks are designed or hired to help administer programs that apply to the Arkansas National Guard. Additionally, we have 330 state employees who are hired through federal funds to help administer the installations that support the Arkansas National Guard. So those will be your police and your firemen at both Fort Chaffee and at Camp Robinson, as well as other support services here in Washington. The Arkansas National Guard, by comparison, is composed of 6,500 Army and 1,950 Air Guardsmen. Those folks are, in fact, federal. They are paid, organized, trained, and equipped by the federal government. They are required to be administered by regulations and laws as laid out by the federal government, as well as state government. There are numerous federal statutes which lay out how we administer the National Guard, all rooted in the militia clause of the Constitution. And then there are 8 specific state statutes which direct the National Guard to follow federal guidelines, and one which is specific to me and my role as the Adjutant General versus the Secretary of the Department to ensure that federal guidelines are followed. So, to kind of give you some sense of just exactly how that impacts Guardsmen, and how that plays into this governor's role as the Commander-in-Chief of the National Guard. So when the governor decides that he needs support for constituents in one of your districts from the National Guard, he literally has to take those Guardsmen that are coming out to help out of a federal status and hire them into a state status, which they will remain in that status for the duration of the mission, and then we basically fire them as temporary state employees and transition them back into federal status. So in the course of looking at how that applies to vaccine mandates, so you're all aware that the Secretary of Defense back in August issued a mandate that all military members should be vaccinated. That applies to us. It is through his position as the Secretary, through statutes we can define his authorities, and it flows down to me to ensure that that occurs as he is directed. And sir, based on that opening statement, I'll turn it over to you.